The loudest sound anything can be is 194 decibels in air. The decibel is a logarithmic scale of sound pressure. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. So if you can produce a decibel at 1100, not 194, but 1100, apparently you can create a black hole which could suck our galaxy away. So my whole idea when realizing this was, what rips space apart? Sound. And thus the title of this video. And so how do we heal from topological organic portals? What do I mean topological? Well, I mean, physical body people, the empty shell organic portal, the spiritless human, who is a soulless human, only part of a 2D second dimensional group soul, so like a flat idea of a flat, not a flat earth, no, but like just flat nature, like the hard physical edge. And when you go into your mind, that's going within. When you go into your mind, that means you're a soul human. They don't have a mind to go into. Remember schematics or schematics, schematica, however you want to pronounce it. Schematics is, going to rip the sky apart. So schematics or schematics, however you want to pronounce it, but, when you produce a sound, the higher the frequency, the more complex the pattern. We've been taught this by putting sand on speakers and, look into schematics. And this is all relative, right? Because, or this is all connected, is what I mean by that. How do you heal from an organic portal, which is space? Remember, I'm saying they're the surface body. They have no insides. No, not organs. I mean, they have no, spiritual insides, yeah, of their own. We call them empty shells, backdrop people, all this business, spiritless or soulless humans. And if you want to heal from, the frequency insertions, the abhorrent implants, and so on, you do it with sound. Shamans have been doing this for a long, long time. I have no idea how long. But, the shaman loves to sing. I'm going to do some of those videos soon, just random, like, it's kind of talking in tongues. Religious people have that word, talking in tongues, and the devil can't understand you. I did that once, really, properly. I didn't force it or anything, and it happened properly. Back at Christian Surfers on the Sunshine Coast, where I grew up. Yeah, I wasn't a Christian religious person, but I used to go there just to hang out with all the boys. We're all the surfers, and they made a little group, Christian Surfers, and we'll go to this guy's house. So anyway, back to the story. So you heal with sound, and shamans, will often heal you with a song during a bad trip. Say you're on ayahuasca deep in the Amazon jungle and you're flipping out because you've never taken psychedelics before, or it's just really hitting you real good. Or you get into a dark place on it or whatever. You produce sounds and it changes the trip. It's because sounds are not only associated with the pattern of the topology or the physical form, like schematics has taught us, but sounds associated with colors as well. When you look at the electromagnetic spectrum, the electromagnetic spectrum has different colors. It's all pretty interesting. The difference in nanometer between violet ray and purple is, so small that I read once scientists barely distinguish it, but that was probably a stupid person talking. Because the difference is 420 nanometers and I think 450 or something nanometers between pink and purple, essentially. Anyway, there's different sounds, you see, and I always talk about the human body. We have organs, and when they put you in a flight or fight response under fear dynamics in the third dimensionality, well, what's it doing? You're freezing to the surface. They want you to become like them. And when you freeze and your organ freezes the incoming cosmic music, from the stars, super-toroidal axiom reverberators of the Word of God, when they freeze you to the surface, then the cosmic sounds stop. You go into flight or fight mode, but you also come crashing down dimensionally. Not only that, it causes aura fracture. Your aura will be fractured, and you get, the laminar flows stuffed up, and the planar flows stuffed up. So your laminar and planar flows of your aura get stuffed up. And this is all healed by sound. Even if you think about that on that level, when they freeze you, or let's just go back to the aura cracking example, the fracturing of your aura and the laminar flow and the planar flow. So when you've got, the laminar, like laminating paper, and you put the plastic over paper, lamination. So you've got a sticking together of aura layers, right? The two layers have pushed together and stuck together. That's the idea that I'm trying to bring to you. This is all kind of scienced out too, by the way. You can look this up. There's really professional articles written on this these days, on aura and aura fracture. It's not just woo-woo anymore, thank God. Otherwise, those physical, material, spurious idiots would have won out, yeah? And, spiritual demise would have happened. Like I said on the front of consciouszine.net, at the precipice here at the eschaton, it's all rise, because all of us teetered on spiritual demise. Because, them, the trivial humans enhancing or establishing mayhem, the organic portals type people, anyone who acts like them, or the actual organic portals, they would have just launched us head deep into physical reality, and there's nothing spiritual exists, and so on and so forth. So that's why I said that on the front of Consciouszine. Anyway, so when you have aura fracture, the sound even can vibrate the aura laminar sticking apart. So it stops sticking, you see. So sound is actually very important. I've talked about also before there was a video, I'm trying to remember the title, I forgot the title of the video, but the video was something about musically healing, like humming and seeing colors and stuff, healing after an energy stealing, energy vampire attack, which is the organic portals. And in that I was mentioning something similar to what I'm talking about now, just using sound as healing. So, and seeing the colors as well. You've heard people say that shamans talk about a song in colors. They'll say, oh, that was a blue verse. Well, that verse was very yellow. Like, this is real. If you don't see this stuff, it doesn't necessarily mean you're an organic portal. It just means you might be too surface focused. Okay, so it's not necessarily your soulless. It just means maybe your life, your focus of consciousness is very physically and second dimensionally surface physical reality focused. So what you do is you try to concentrate on what's behind the middle of your forehead. Try to see what's behind your eyes. It might sound weird, but try it. Alright, so I am Benjamin Kauenberg, consciousazine.net. Please leave the like button if I've given you any epiphanies. But hey, remember, if you can create a crazy enough sound in decibels, 1100 I heard, or I read, 1100 decibels, you can create a black hole and you can rip space apart altogether. Which is, why am I saying that? Well, that's like literal scientific, like calculation proof of that, sound is over matter, or like mind over matter, yeah? Because, well, what's producing the sound? It's coming through what I call your mind, not your brain, not the extended nervous system. Don't think physical, but your mind, right? Which is, not just the chakras. It's more akin to these Taoists in the Taoist theories where they talk about and it's not just theory, because I can feel this. It's called the gut brain, the heart brain, and the crystal room, which is like the Eye of Horus diagram, basically your limbic brain. So, and the third eye, translinguistic lens out the forehead, right? So you're creating the sound with your mind, you see? That's why when you look at someone, you can send them a vibration. I've seen people, alter their behavior, like I hit them with my sound, projecting out of my forehead. People can fall back, physically fall back from this. I've heard from ex-girlfriends that, her dad was number 2 in karate in Germany back in the day in like 1980s. Indra Schiffer, and she was telling me that at one of the galas that he was holding, he punched a guy or something and didn't actually hit him, right? There was no physical contact, but a proper open wound appeared from the chi energy. So, all these energies have sounds. The prana is a different sound, a different lightness, different dimensional correlation to chi. Chi is 5th dimensional, prana is 10th dimensional. So, anyway, my whole point was that you can manipulate organic portals with sound because they are matter. So, mind over matter. My friends, press the subscribe.